Uh, Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the session for GIS Cloud and Managed Services. It is very encouraging to see that different, background of participants. We see, many users who are from government departments. We see many users from private industry. We see many users joining from NPO, non-profit organizations. We see many users joining from academia today, and many users from SI, system integrators. So it's very exciting to see different type of audiences today in the current session. So thank you for joining. So in today's session, primarily we will cover. I'll just give a starting brief about Esri, and then talk about our GIS platform, how we are doing it in India as a special program, and then how cloud offerings can help different users, all of you. What are the triggers typically to migrate to the cloud, and what are the challenges and how you can decide what are the various offerings available for cloud in India for all of us. So just to give you a brief of our purpose as Esri India, to advance the power of geography for solving social and business challenges. So this is our purpose, as Esri India. Just to give you a brief about Esri, although most of you are aware, but I'll just touch upon. So we are the global leader in geographic information system software, GIS software, location intelligence, and mapping. Our software is deployed at over 350,000 organizations globally, 350,000 organizations. If you talk about largest cities, most of the national government organizations, 90 of Fortune 100 companies, and more than half of Fortune 500 companies use Esri technology worldwide. We have more than 100 offices worldwide with professionals from 67 countries. I would like to draw your attention to the right side of the slide. So we spend 30% of our revenue, when I say revenue is the top line, on R&D, research and development, to ensure that our customers have the best technology to solve the greatest challenge our world is facing today. So this is a significant investment and significant drive towards evolving the technology towards new advancements, which is very important for our users. Just talking about Esri India. So we are the leading provider of GIS software location intelligence mapping solutions in India, established in 1996, so around 27 years back. We headquartered in Noida, Delhi NCR, and we have different offices, at 7 locations in the country. We are delivering solutions and software and solutions to around 6,000 customers in India. We are now around 550 plus people at Esri India, and we are Great Place to Work certified for last 3 years. Just to give you a snapshot, we have 6,000 customers from government and private government, private, academia, NPOs, and different background. Around 600,000 users who are using ArcGIS technology in India. We have around 800 plus colleges and university, academia who are our partner, who are using and this technology, ArcGIS platform. We have 68 plus partners in India who are helping us in system integration, in selling, in training, and different sort of business domains. All major national programs use ArcGIS platform technology, and most of the state forest departments use ArcGIS technology. And 100 plus municipalities have been using this technology for many, many years. Recently, a couple of years back, Government of India has launched a program around smart cities, 400 smart cities. And we have implemented Esri platform, Esri technology to more than 45 plus smart cities in India. Most of the disaster management segments and other segments, all mapping agencies use ArcGIS technology. So I thought to cover just, I'll take a couple of minutes around this, that what are the top GIS technology trends and advancements happening at global level. So GIS is making a big change. So earlier, if I remember 2 decades back, GIS was started supporting raster and vector, right? But now today, with the advancements and the needs, now GIS system is supporting variety of data sets. If you see on the slide, GIS supports multi-dimensional data, terrain data, voxels, 3D pixels, CAD and BIM data also GIS supports efficiently. So when I say support, GIS system has capability to store data, to analyze data, to process the data, all these kind of data sets. GIS system support 3D data and big data a lot, because many organizations today are using big data. So GIS has inherent capability to support big data analytics. Then GIS supports real-time and IoT data sets today, LiDAR and point cloud. So there are a lot of advancements in terms of technology capability in last couple of years. Now, spatial analytics are advancing. Apart from the data, when we talk about the analytics, the capability of the platform is advancing quite a lot. Today, you can do predictive modeling. You can find out spatial patterns and trends within GIS system. You can do spatial temporal analysis, cold sport and cold sports. You can do interactive visual analytics. You can do graph analytics. You can do big data analytics, raster analytics and modeling. You can also do data science, machine learning, AI and machine learning, or deep learning. So all these capabilities are advancing, in fact, in spatial analytics in GIS system today, leveraging many technical and scientific innovations. So when you have so much capability, user can leverage, all kind of innovations and for their business purpose. Geospatial apps are becoming pervasive today. I remember that when we started development, GIS tools have started giving development kits and application developments happening 2 decades or 15 years before. There are a lot of actually applications have been developed, but applications are not very pervasive, not very user friendly because of the technology inherent capability those days. But today, geospatial apps are becoming very, very pervasive, supporting many types of workflows and engagements. If you see on the left side, powerful desktop apps using model builder and other technology components. On the center, if you see, you have options to configure and deploy mobile apps in different scenarios. You have pervasive web apps, dashboards and graphics, infographics, mapping, story maps. So technology is so wide today that it can empower everyone in the organization and beyond. It is not just a small GIS department. Earlier, traditionally, GIS was primarily used by the GIS team in the organizations, but now GIS systems are being used by across the organization by everyone in different form, by mobile, by web app, by dashboards, different ways. So when we talk about ArcGIS, so ArcGIS with these advancements is a comprehensive spatial analytics system. And if you see on the center circle, primarily I also talked about it, that you have capabilities around, all rich capabilities around AI, machine learning, deep learning, network analysis, knowledge graphs, 3D visualization, spatial temporal statistics, advanced visualization, modeling. You can do modeling also within GIS, real-time data analytics, big data analytics. So all this capability has made ArcGIS system a comprehensive spatial analytics system today, which supports various spatial data science across the enterprise. So ArcGIS is open and interoperable. This is also very important. When we use any platform or technology, the platform has to be open. So today we support multiple open initiatives. If you see on the left side, open standards, OGC, W3C, and ISOs. Open APIs. We have open APIs which can be integrated to any platform. Open architecture, open data. We have a very large initiative around open data, including India, where we publish open data living atlas for the users, where users can use all those data as a service within their apps, mobile apps, web apps, and desktop apps. It's a major initiative. Open source, there are so many components open source, we support that. Open science, all kind of open science, data science, and all kind of libraries are being supported. Accessibility. So we support FAIR principles, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable, which is helping our users to create successful integrated system. That's the purpose. So we also launched ArcGIS in the name of Indo-ArcGIS in the country, localizing various aspects. So what we have realized over the years that any GIS user, data and products are very, very important, not just technology platform. So what we have done over the years, we partnered with various government and private organizations who are creating data. For example, Survey of India. Survey of India is creating entire country data sets, admin boundaries and other data sets. We have data partnered with various organizations like transportation, highways, census department, and different organizations who are publishing data sets in the country in open domain also. So we have gone into an understanding with all of them that we take the data, which is available publicly also, we process the data, we integrate that, do the QA/QC and integrate that within the ArcGIS and publish that as a service. So entire data, all data layers, around 750 plus data layers of Indian content, including admin boundary, up to village level, village, taluka, districts, sub-districts, states. You have postal code boundaries of entire country. You have election boundaries. You have various data sets. If you go to ArcGIS Living Atlas of India, you will find all the data set is available today for users. You can use it. You can consume in your applications. You can consume in your solutions directly as a service, which is really a great boon for the developer, application developer, and solution makers. Apart from the data layers published as a service, we also have solution product. So what we have done today, as a GIS developer or GIS user, I need not to get into deep development or customization. I can simply configure the apps, and the configuration capabilities are so rich that you can create mobile apps, web apps, dashboards very quickly without getting into deep coding. So we promote that, and we have easily deployable industry solution templates available for various domains, for forestry, for different applications. You'll find 200 plus solution products are available, and these are open source. We have created a portal in India. You can download these products. You can modify these products. You can change the source code of these products and deploy for your organizations, and which will work directly on this enterprise without any problem. At the same time, you can use these 750 layers, whatever layers you need, data layers, as a service directly in the solutions. And surprisingly, we are getting, when we started this last year, after that we are getting around 100K daily server request for the data sets and applications. It's really amazing, very exciting for us that our users are able to use this data in our solution. Now I will give some thoughts about harnessing cloud technologies for GIS. How typically this triggers in India for us, why we actually articulated and conceptualized this offering in India, and we launched this in India. So over the years, when we meet users, different users from government and private and other segments, we observed that there are common pain points of GIS users and managers. There is a complexity of IT infrastructure procurement, management, and maintenance, which is diverting users' attention from core business. And a lot of time is being spent from the user side and manager side in managing these aspects. Similarly, increasing need of computers, storage, and GPUs. So when you have advanced capabilities in the GIS system, you need higher processing capability. You need GPU capability also sometime. So advancements, brings that also in the picture. So what we realized that it becomes very difficult for users who are using, who have invested into hardware, certain hardware and software. It's very difficult for them to update, computing and storage and GPUs, very frequently. It's becoming a pain for them. Now, challenge in procurement, upgrades and setup, and management of hardware. That is also a pain area for the users, unless user has a complete data center team, IT team, which is actually only few users have in the country. Not everybody is able to maintain that. So it is a big major pain for them for procurement. The procurement life cycle is also very long. It takes a couple of months. So if you plan to use certain thing, certain architecture today, or certain software today, you have to wait for a couple of months till you procure hardware and software and set up everything. Now, another major challenge, what we also observed with the users, having the skilled people for hardware, networking, security, operating system, database, it's very difficult to have. For example, if I'm using, let's say, Postgres database, PostGIS database, I'm using Oracle or SQL Server, it's very difficult for every organization users to have skilled people within the organization who can manage their hardware, networking, or security aspects, or even GIS administration. So not every user organizations, can afford to have all kind of skilled people. It was a major challenge. Then availability of updated India satellite and vector-based map. It's a major challenge for GIS users across the world. So what we thought and conceptualized is to have actually, this data, updated India all satellite data as a base map and vector-based map serve as a service. So when you implement, in fact, ArcGIS enterprise system today, you get all these data sets as a service, so which will really help. Higher initial cost of infrastructure. This is, I think, all of us are aware that yes, when we invest into hardware and software and altogether data centers and physical facilities, there is a higher initial cost. And many users, what we also found, that they want to set up GIS infrastructure for project requirements. Whether you are a government organization or you are a private organization, let's say you have a 2-year project, a 3-year project, or 1-year project, you only want to invest and set up only for that duration. So short-term duration or project requirements, it is a big challenge to set up infrastructure on-premise. So Esri India Cloud offering gives you a choice of public clouds backed by our technical support and managed services to make your ArcGIS infrastructure easy to deploy and manage. That's our intent, in fact, here when we launch this offering in India for all of our users. So you get choice, users get choice of public clouds. When I say choice, whether user use, let's say, prefer private cloud like AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, or we also partner with the government cloud. Now, in government, you might have heard about RailTel. RailTel is a government organization. So we had partnership with them. So many of our users, they came back to us, they said, okay, I want a complete ArcGIS platform, ArcGIS system, but hosted on government cloud. So we have today partnership and have capability to offer the complete hosted model on government and private cloud to our users. So what we started, in fact, so we have offerings, as I mentioned to you. We have Indo ArcGIS Pro, which is a desktop software. But many users say that, okay, can you offer us this also on the cloud, hosted on cloud, so that we are not worried about procuring GPUs, procuring storage, getting into other procurement requirements. So we have architected Indo ArcGIS Pro desktop also on India Cloud. So today we can launch this ArcGIS Pro Cloud for any customer. We can launch the fleet in no time. It's already on the cloud. It's a METI approved cloud. When I say METI, it's a government of India approved cloud. Ministry of IT has certain guidelines. It is approved cloud. So government department can go ahead, without much cumbersome, processes. It's all GPU enabled infrastructure and storage, so that you can do 3D rendering, you can do various things. It's consistent, scalable performance, low latency experience. And interestingly, for our government users, it is also available through GEM. GEM is a government procurement portal. So you can buy directly complete, infrastructure, which gives you combination of uh, infrastructure, necessary software, including operating system, databases, etc., which also gives you storage, which also gives you ESRI, ArcGIS, software bundle, and data as a service, and managed services bundle. So as a user, you need not to worry about having skilled people to manage, to administer, to manage databases, operating system, IT, GIS. So it will be taken care of by Esri India, professional services team. Similarly, just to touch upon one more point, we also observe that when we have ArcGIS Pro users on ground, they need a couple of extensions also. So what we have done, you will find all extensions available on the instance, and you have a choice to select which extension you want to use for your organization, which makes it very fast and easy to use. Similarly, we have launched Indo ArcGIS Enterprise for our enterprise customer, hosted on a cloud in India, which includes again Indo ArcGIS Enterprise apps and extensions also. And interestingly, it's all ready. Users can kickstart. You can kickstart your enterprise GIS in few days without bothering of procurement hardware. And once we get the instruction or requirements, our team can kickstart. Our team can roll out or provision the complete GIS, ready GIS in few days time. It's so fast. So you can start using enterprise GIS in a couple of days now. It's again security MATI approved India cloud, and user will get options for Linux or Windows. We have tested both and we have rolled out both in India. So many users, who prefer Linux environment, is open for that, whatever they want to select. Now, one more point we observed in last couple of years when we found with the users that automatic backup and restoration was a pain for them. When they have their own infrastructure, the people were not really very streamlined process around this backup and restoration. And when anything happen, restoration takes time, and data is also gone sometime. So we have bundled this also inside the offering. So regular automated backup and restoration is being done, and it can be restored. If system fails due to any reason, any problem, it can be restored in hours actually. So it's amazing from user experience side. As I mentioned, all 750 data layers is also accessible as a service directly from Living Atlas of India. Various solution products are also available. And again, this is also available through GEM. So government users can directly procure through government portal. So I just gave you the high level view, and we have a detailed, more detailed, insight about these offerings, about these managed services offerings, what we do, what you can choose, what are the various options. So I would request my colleague, Akhil, to take over and take you through the detailed journey of this offering. I'm sure this will be very interesting for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vijay sir. So before we begin with the session, I would appreciate the participants if they can confirm if the presentation would be visible. In case if you are not seeing it or facing any issues, I would appreciate if you can confirm on the chat box. I hope it's visible to you.
You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So greetings, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I welcome all of you to this detailed presentation on Esri India Managed Cloud Services. Myself, Akhil Krishnan. In this presentation, I'll be taking you through the fundamentals of managed cloud services, our core capabilities and standard packages. We will also discuss on various deployment options, migration strategies, and the monitoring tools that we use as part of our services. So without any further ado, let's begin with the session. Moving ahead. So let's start by addressing the most fundamental and imperative question of the session, which is what is Esri India Managed Cloud Services? Let me break it down into very simple terms. Managed services typically involves outsourcing of certain aspects of an organization's GIS operations to a managed service provider. Esri India Managed Services helps organizations in effectively implementing, maintaining, and monitoring their GIS infrastructure and solutions. There are these core foundational building blocks that constitutes the Esri India Managed Services, and it is these foundational blocks which have been listed down here. Starting off with infrastructure management, it involves overseeing and optimization of the hardware, software, and the network infrastructure that supports an organization's IT system and services. Well, it involves activities like server setup, configuration, maintenance, and monitoring of the GIS infrastructure and the solutions. Application and data management encompasses all the vital processes which are undertaken to handle seamless deployment, migration, upgradation, and integration of the GIS applications and spatial data systems. It involves activities like application deployment, bug fixes, data migration, backups and recovery, etc. In terms of security, Esri India ensures a secure environment by being compliant with the standard regulations and also following industry best practices. It is also complemented by activities like regular audits, implementing access controls, encryption protocols, and firewalls, etc. As part of the monitoring, Esri India provides proactive monitoring of the GIS infrastructure and the solutions to identify and address any potential issues before they become critical. SLAs or service level agreements are essential in ensuring that both the parties are aware of the responsibilities and roles, as well as the quality of the service which is intended to be provided. Moving ahead. So we have a very profound international presence with clients spanning across various industries. Sir, could you move the slide, please? Yes, thank you. So we have a very profound international presence with clients spanning across various industries. Here is a map highlighting the various regions where we have a significant presence across the globe. We are currently serving multiple customers from North America, Europe on various domains like utility, transportation, engineering and manufacturing and port management, etc. Recently, we have also started offering Esri managed cloud services options for the Indian region as well, specifically focusing on the government and private entities. Moving on to the next slide. So let's discuss on how Esri India managed cloud services can add tremendous value to its users. Our managed cloud services shifts the burden of cloud hosting and system management from its user to a strong team of GIS and cloud certified professionals who are also experienced in designing and supporting solutions which are built on Esri software. And as said, right professionals in the right place lowers the corporate risk factors. So therefore, we have a team of Esri and AWS or Azure certified professionals who would be taking care of your environment. We have decent SLAs with respect to the recovery time objective and recovery point objective in place. And this helps in ensuring that the service is provided around the clock with continued business continuity. We offer our services on government approved clouds, and the data centers are located within the Indian geographical area. We also, apart from the standard packages that we also offer custom tailored packages as per the requirements of the cloud, as per the requirements of the clients and their needs. Moving on to the next slide. So we provide a very robust service management models on the cloud environment. These are some of the core offerings which are provided as part of our managed services. As you can see, those activities which are on the left side are part of our standard offerings that comes with basic operations like site backup, continuous monitoring, patch management activities, and maintenance of the security compliance. Whereas those activities which are listed on the right side are part of our custom offerings. In custom offering, you will also get advanced support like system designing and architecturing, version upgrades, cross-platform migrations, configuration of high availability and disaster recovery solutions, and also performance tuning at each layer, such as database and application tier as well. So as you can see on the slide, these are the various deployment options which are available in today's IT industry for migration. On-premise deployment is where the customer is completely responsible for activities like infrastructure configuration, software deployment and configuration, solution deployment, configuration of security rules, and also maintenance of availability, site availability around the clock. In other words, customer is in charge of all the activities. On the other hand, using a cloud obviously reduces the responsibility for a cloud customer. as the cloud provider manages the cloud infrastructure and backend, while the cloud customer is only responsible for what's in the cloud. Infrastructure as a service model of deployment is where the cloud provider is responsible for the power, network, storage, cooling, etc. Whereas the cloud customer is responsible for the entire configuration of the infrastructure, which involves laborious tasks like setting up of the instances, configuration of the storage, access management, installation and configuration of the required software, establishment of the backup policies, etc. But when it comes to managed services, which is what we are entitled to provide, Esri India will closely work with the client to devise a plan for possible migration if it is required. And once the solution is migrated onto the cloud, Esri India will take care of the entire cloud environment management. Esri India can also provide a tailored solution as per the client's needs, such as architecture designing, upgradations, cross-platform migrations, etc. ArcGIS online mode of deployment is where the cloud infrastructure, software, and the solution is completely deployed on the Esri Zone cloud, where the data centers will be within the US geographical area. So let's move on to the partnerships we have. So this slide typically exhibits our strategic partnership with the prominent cloud service providers like Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud Platform. Esri India Cloud Platform is ready to use and is also bundled with Jumpstart packages. Recently, we have also started delivering Kubernetes deployments as well. We also partner with Railtel Cloud. So Railtel Cloud is a cloud computing service which is provided by Railtel Corporation of India. It's an Indian government-owned OFC network covering some of the important towns, cities, and rural regions. It spans across 61,000 plus kilometers and covers 6,000 plus railway stations and has a city-wide presence of up to 21,000 kilometers. So with this slide, we are about to delve deep into the standard packages that come under our cloud service bundles. So this is our Indo ArcGIS Pro standard pack with extension offering deployed on AWS or Azure Cloud. So here the ArcGIS Pro standard will be deployed on a GPU-enabled infrastructure, which leads to better performance. It is bundled with 1 TB additional storage apart from the standard storage that comes with it. And the customer is entitled to pick any 3 among the 12 extensions which has been listed down here as part of the offering. With the standard offering, the machine will be available between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and this can also be extended to be on demand and at any time with tools like AppStream. Apart from the standard offerings, we also provide various custom offerings that comes after a business need assessment with the client. Based on the requirement, we can provide custom offerings. So since this is an Indo ArcGIS offering, the customer is also entitled to Indo ArcGIS content, which involves 750 layers, which can be accessed on ArcGIS Living Atlas, and also 250 plus solution templates that comes with the offering. Moving ahead with the next standard package. So this is our managed cloud service bundle where Indo ArcGIS Enterprise is deployed on Railtel Cloud. The entire site is hosted on the Railtel Cloud, and this model comes with a multi-machine deployment, as you can see on the screen, and it will be deployed on 3 Windows OS-based virtual machine instances. The web server, along with the portal for ArcGIS, will be deployed on the first machine. The ArcGIS server that forms the backbone of the enterprise will be deployed on the second machine. ArcGIS data store and the PostgreSQL database that forms the geodatabase repository will be deployed on the third machine. One differentiating aspect here is that the customer is responsible for the ArcGIS Pro license, which is deployed on their on-premise infrastructure. So they have to bring their own ArcGIS Pro license here. And ArcGIS Pro machine can access the servers using VPN connectivity. And for any kind of publishing activities, the portal for ArcGIS and the ArcGIS server connectivity can be established through a public URL. Here also the customer is entitled to the Indo ArcGIS content, which involves the Indo ArcGIS data layers and solution templates. The Railtel model comes with 3 different options, which is large, medium, and ultra large based on different infrastructure configurations. And the user has a provision of up to 100 creators and 1,000 viewers. And this can also be downsized based on various plans like 50 creators and 500 viewers as well. So moving on to the next standard package of enterprise. So this is our managed cloud service bundle offering where Indo ArcGIS Enterprise is deployed on AWS or Azure Cloud. So this model also comes with a multi-machine deployment on 3 Windows or Linux OS-based system. So this is a differentiating factor with respect to Railtel. as you get both Windows or Linux OS based virtual machine instance, and an additional machine for deployment of Indo ArcGIS Pro standard license is also provided with this offering. The the web server along with the ArcGIS portal is deployed on the first machine, and ArcGIS server, which forms the backbone of the enterprise, is deployed on the second machine, and ArcGIS data store along with the PostgreSQL that forms the geodatabase is deployed on the third machine. And on the additional machine, the ArcGIS Pro standard license will be deployed. And this will be a GPU enabled infrastructure, just like the ArcGIS Pro offering. So therefore, it leads to better performance. The ArcGIS Pro machine can access the servers using RDP or remote desktop protocol. The portal for ArcGIS and the ArcGIS server connectivity can be established using a public URL for various publishing activities. This is also an Indo ArcGIS offering. Therefore, the customer is entitled to 750 plus data layers and also 250 plus solution templates as part of the offering. As part of the standard offerings, the user has a provision of up to 100 creators and up to 1,000 viewers as part of this offering. So after a comprehensive business needs assessment, our experts can propose the most effective migration strategy that can fit into your organizational outcomes. The migration strategy may vary between simple to complex, based on which we have various migration models which are available. Rehost is a basic deployment where migration can be a simple lift and shift model. It comes with assets-based migration, and whatever content is available in your source, it can be replicated on the target cloud as well. All single machine deployments with the possibility for software upgrades are falling under this category. Refactor mode of migrations are where the deployments of multi-machine models can be carried out, and migration with revised content is possible with recommended publishing strategies. High availability configuration and cross-platform migrations are also part of the refactor model. Coming to the re-architect model of migration, so this is, as you can observe, it is considered for very advanced deployments, and it's majorly focusing on re-architecting with a vision for mission business critical engagements. Activities like adding new server roles and capabilities, etc., come under this part of migration model. While migration, content cleanup and validation rules can also be implemented to maintain the data authentication. This model also comes with additional techniques like alert configurations, continuous monitoring, disaster recovery solutions, auto patching, auto scaling, etc. Moving on to our service offerings. So once the on-premise solution is migrated onto the cloud, the next critical objective is to ensure that the system is monitored on a continuous basis to keep your environment up to date and available around the clock. All these activities listed here collectively helps us in achieving that. Software and hardware patching activities will be performed from time to time with respect to new releases, and this patching will be performed during non-business hours as per the agreed conditions. We configure your fully automated applications and databases with backups with a retention period of up to 15 days. 24/7 monitoring is where we continuously monitor your GIS infrastructure, applications, and data to ensure they are performing optimally, and is continuously monitored around the clock to ensure that the environment is performing optimally and are also available around the clock. We also perform regular scans to look for security vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting, SQL injections, etc. High availability and architecturing and testing of disaster recovery site can also be provided, but they are part of custom offerings, and they can be decided based on further discussions that we have with the clients. Moving on to the change management. So changes are an inevitable component in technology lifecycle. And if there comes a point in time that it has to be implemented, we follow standard change management practices. It is a process of tracking and managing a change throughout its lifecycle from start to closure with the aim of minimizing risk. Change frequency can be classified as yearly, quarterly, or monthly, and this can be planned according to the need of the customers. Say for an example, a major version or platform upgrades are carried out on yearly basis. Data migration and app deployment can be carried out on quarterly basis, and activities like software or hardware patching can be carried out on monthly basis. The type of changes can be categorized as low impact or high impact changes. So low impact changes are those which doesn't require any downtime, and it can be implemented and as when planned as it is. Whereas high impact changes are those which require significant downtime and have an impact on the business workflows. So, however, which type of change has to be implemented can be planned according to the situation and the needs. Moving on to the system monitoring. So this is a depiction of the user interface of ArcGIS Monitor. It is a sophisticated tool, monitoring tool that we use to scrutinize various ArcGIS components like ArcGIS server, portal, web server, geodatabase, etc. The users will be getting monthly reports of the issues occurring and the remedial measures which are undertaken. The metrics collected from the ArcGIS Monitor play a vital role in assessing the usage patterns and the resource utilization within the ArcGIS environment. Moving on to the cloud monitoring components. So we use cloud-based monitoring tools such as AWS CloudWatch, Internet Monitor, Azure Performance Monitoring Tools, etc. to monitor the system 24/7. These tools assist us to monitor the CPU and memory utilization, storage levels, database transactions, etc. These monitoring tools also help us in maintaining the agreed service level agreements as we have discussed in the second slide. So this refers to recovery time objective of 4 hours and recovery point objective of 24 hours. So just for your information, recovery time objective is the maximum tolerable downtime for GI services, and recovery point objective is the acceptable amount of data loss in case of a disruptive event like natural disasters or system failures, etc. So let's move on to the cost comparison. So this is a cost comparison between owning an on-premise infrastructure and our cloud-based offering. And surprisingly, we could conclude that a potential user is having a cost saving of up to 30% of their total cost by cutting down on major costs like upfront cost and the cost of maintaining the hardware infrastructure. And there is also an added benefit with cloud offering, which is that there is no requirement of a separate IT staff for monitoring backups and support. Having discussed about the financial benefits, let's also discuss about the technical benefits that comes with us in the next slide. So these are the technical benefits that comes with the the cloud-based offering. So as you can rightly see, there are a lot of added benefits that come with innate cloud computing. Like it leads to better accessibility and immunity to your any form of facility management problems. It is also highly scalable as per the requirement, and the likelihood of outages are also considerably reduced with cloud-based offering. There is also added benefit of backups and recovery, which provides protection to your critical data and information. So with that, let's talk about the key takeaways from the session. So we have in depth, we had a discussion about the concept of managed services and its foundation blocks. We have shared insights about our standard packages and our cloud migration strategies and various deployment models. We also discussed about business benefits, both financial and technical, and support function with respect to our robust service management models. So with that, I'm winding my part of the session. I thank you all, and let me welcome our business head, Mr. Mani Srivastav, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Akhil. Thanks, Vijay, for a wonderful session. So good. Let me just recap what we have discussed till now. Just in summary form, it's a multi-approved cloud. It's government. You will get the complete leverage to use the full GIS platform. You can use RGS platform, leverage it to the best. That's the best thing. That's the conclusion of the whole webinar which we had today. Reduce the cost. Definitely, Akhil shared that it will reduce 30% of your ownership cost, because hardware cost, maintenance cost, other associated costs will be reduced. You just have a login ID, password, and you are done with it. Then it's a secure, compliant cloud as per the law of the land. And we have both the models. We have standard models. We can customize it also based on your requirement. Site provisioning within us. This is very, very quick. The site is up. And then the backups and restoration, antivirus, patches, OS, RDMMS, whatnot. Everything is covered. You will be just getting the licenses. You'll be using RGS licenses day one without bothering about all these backend things. And procurement is. We are available on JAM. You can directly connect with us also at info@esri.in or to any of your existing partners or our account managers or anyone you know. I am Manish Srivastava. You can connect with me also, or Smita, or whom you are connected with. So way forward. Who can be the users? If you are a new user, you just want to acquire IGS licenses, even if it's a desktop, you can immediately go into the cloud. We will give you a cloud offering on desktop as well. And if you are under maintenance or if you are out of maintenance, in both the ways you can opt for a cloud. Like if you are out of maintenance and because you are not able to explore the full use of IGS Enterprise, the best option is cloud, because we will just ensure that all of your infrastructure needs, everything is taken care, and you will be using the latest version day one. And if you are under maintenance, it's just a continued thing. You can move to a cloud, and if it is out of maintenance, also in both the ways you can connect with us. If there's a desktop user and you want to go for an enterprise solution now, so immediately you can go opt for enterprise cloud. GIS infrastructure services required for a short term under project funds. Like if you have a project fund and you just want to acquire the license for a shorter time, this is the best option. And for the SIs, that's the best thing. If you're looking for a GIS infrastructure and services for project duration, you can immediately opt for cloud, and it will be cost effective and ease. Who can be our users? Government, private, NGOs, education. We are getting a lot of queries from all the sectors, a lot of excitement on this. We will wait for your query to connect with us, and thank you for your patience and hearing us. We really look forward to connect with you. If you have any need of one-to-one presentation, we'll be happy to do that. You can connect with us on info@esri.in, and we will do a similar kind of session or a customized session based on your requirement at your place or online.